Both teams are saying this. Let's play it out. And when we get there, we get there. We'll figure it out.
Here's the problem, though.
I think that, okay, I could be wrong. Tua might get signed tomorrow.
But Dan, here's the problem, though.
But am I totally crazy for thinking this?
No, you're not. But here's the problem. At least you have in the gym, you have a passing. You know what I'm saying? You're passing to Bam.
The Dolphins have no other option.
What's your other option other than Mikey Blanco? You're not going to Mikey Blanco, so stop that. You're not going to Mike White.
For all the people 2 years ago that said Skylar Thompson, we can't lose him. Okay,
stop
he's not
that.
The future. He's
stop
not
that. You know
and I told everybody that 2 years ago. Stop the Skylar Thompson talk about how he's going to be the next great Dolphins quarterback, next Dan Marino. Blasphemy, I was told. I'm a blasphemous, terrible person. Lo and behold.
Somebody from the 954 text in, Dan, it's simple. Build a Super Bowl squad. Tua is already under contract. The money's needed to sign winning players. Signing Tua is not a priority at this
point. It's not. I'm agreeing.
No, that's what Dan's been saying. 954. Like, yeah, he's been saying it. He's been saying it for the longest. It's just that,
I mean,
you don't want. My thing is this: you don't want to be in that. I also agree, but you don't want to be stuck in a position where you might have to pay a little bit more.
No, I'm in the common sense category of you're not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. Pay him a little more now, save a lot later.
But guys are emotional.
But that's not what the Dolphins, to me, logically are doing. What they're doing is saying, we'll deal with that when it gets here. And it makes sense. You play him under that rookie contract one more year, and then you can franchise him. It buys you even more time. They're buying time.
Okay, let me ask you this now, right? Does this also put out for the organization? Because a lot of the teammates and players, or his teammates, are saying, pay that man, pay that man, pay that man. And they're taking their time. If this continues, can this be a bad light? Can this be a stain on the Dolphins being perceived as an organization that really don't? Because look what happened with Christian Wilkins.
Right. That's the other argument.
You know what I'm saying? Like you start looking at the organization. I mean, everything's Dolphins finished very high on that poll last season about like places people want to play for, the teams that people want to teams that athletes want to play for. That football players.
Kansas City also finished last, but
right, and their conditions was
see how that worked out.
Their conditions were wrong and all that stuff, but they still win. But the thing about Miami is, they got a new complex, good young coach.
Stephen Ross great. Spend money, man.
Stephen Ross spends money, but they spend money on other people. They don't spend money on their own.
Mm-hmm.
And is that a problem?
And here's another little bit, and I don't know how much it plays into it, although I think where there's smoke, there's fire. Tua being a good soldier doesn't exactly help him out.
Well, it didn't help Christian Wilkins.
Didn't exactly help. You think if Tua said, you know what, I'm not showing up, or I'm not going to play unless I get an extension, that might put a little bit more fire, but they know. He's already said, I'll be there. I'm going to play it. I'm going to give him all. And is he doing the right thing, wrong thing? I don't know. But what I'm saying, does that play into a little bit, Vlad, or are we making up?
I mean, you're not going to Kirk Cousin him, man, like with the Commanders.
I just think that they know, like, they got something safe, Are they treating Tua like their bottom girl?
Oh, my God.
No. Are they?
Jeez.
Are they? Does everyone know what a bottom girl is?
Yeah, I would like for you to explain it to
me. Okay, I'll explain it, and you can probably correctly explain it. Your bottom girl is your ride or die. You know she's always going to be there, no matter what you do, no matter how things go. You can rely on her to be there.
The only problem is,
what's the problem?
She's not wifey.
Yes.
Tua wants to be wifey.
Tua wants that ring.
Well,
and Dolphins are saying
Dolphins want a ring as well.
I got to be careful with my wording. Once again, they're saying Tua, in a way, indirectly saying you're my bottom girl.
Yeah, well, Tua wants to be wifey.
He don't want to be that. He don't want to be that bottom girl anymore. He wants to be.
He wants a commitment.
He wants
a long-term commitment.
He's a commitment guy. Man, I just don't see, if it hadn't happened yet, when's it going to happen? And he's already said he's a little upset because the market's the market. And he says the right things. Like, I let my management do that. They give me updates here and there. That's between them. That's them. But Tua keeps saying, I'm going to show up, though. I'm going to play. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And it just seems like the Dolphins are buying time so they don't have to walk down that aisle yet. They're saying, yeah. I got some things at work, but once, everything's cool, I'll get you that ring. Saying, play under that rookie contract. And we got the franchise tag. That buys us 2 years. Let's see how it goes. Not exactly
So
a
are you
shot of
saying
confidence to
Dolphins
Tua.
want a 2-year engagement?
Dolphins want to prolong that engagement for 2 years. That's the way I feel. That's the way I look at it.
Okay, that's interesting. I can't knock it.
Okay, I'm gonna go on the record right now. I don't think this extension's happening anytime soon. Anytime soon.
So you don't think this is happening? I think this happens before
the
training
season?
camp. Yes.
Before training camp. Even?
Yes.
Okay.
I think everything gets figured out before training camp.
Okay. Well, we're gonna monitor the situation, and I guarantee.
Because I don't think because you guys have a good vibe going right now. You know what I mean? And if what's his name? Fangs. If Fangs was bad, negative vibe, that they kind of it feels like they got all the negative vibes out.
Okay.
But the stain on you guys, you gotta, and it's going to be talked about, is the fact that when they draft, they don't except for Jalen Waddle, they did sign Jalen Waddle, but Christian Wilkins, that was a nasty situation. And you can, but you let that man play it out.
Yeah. Told him to produce, and he did.
And he did. So
if you do that,
here's the thing. Now you're playing with a position now. If Tua balls out and another walks, 2, and then all of a sudden now a team is desperate and it has the money, and they offer him, they give him even more of a perfect conditions than what's here in Miami, and he bounced. Now 2 years from now, you're without a quarterback.
Let's play the quote unquote doomsday scenario. Tua balls out, outprices himself for the Dolphins, goes play somewhere else. What do you do if you're the Dolphins? Do you have to start all over because you don't have your quarterback? You have to start over at quarterback. Man, that's a nasty situation.
They said Paul Holland says franchise tag next year could be as high as 53 million. That's guaranteed. You can't play with that money. It all goes to the cap. So why mess around with the franchise when basically the franchise is what he's trying to earn yearly?
I'm not Chris.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy now. Like, if that's true, if it's $53 million guaranteed for the franchise tag, that's the equivalent of what quarterbacks are making right now, like for 5 years, for every year.
So you pull a slick move, make him play this year under his rookie contract, then sign him to the $53 million a year contract. You don't have to franchise him, and you get the deal. I'm just saying.
Stop playing with your food, bro.
I'm not in charge of this, and I'm glad I'm not in charge of this because I would not be very good at it. I know how things work sometimes, and I feel as though that's what's happening, but we'll see. Tua might be sign a 15-year contract tomorrow. That's not gonna happen. I'm just saying he might do it tomorrow. I see the way things are going, man.
Maybe Dak Prescott might be your quarterback.
That excites me so much, Vlad.
It's literally the same quarterback.
Would you be interested in Derek Carr? Because the Saints are not interested in him.
No.
That car breaks down right before it gets to where it needs to go. Warm up that kicker's leg. Oh, man. But I say sign him now. You know you're going to keep him. Why not?